bless you, brothers and sisters. As I told you, every week I'll be giving you a word of encouragement, a word that will uplift you, strengthen you, give you something to think about, something to reach for, something that will motivate you and elevate you mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And today I want to speak about why should we be seeking wisdom. For many years, I've always been the type of person that I've always reached out to the older people who had the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to elevate to where I'm at. And I would do that by reading their minds, getting into where they're at, and understanding who they are and what they're doing. And that's where I was able to gain my wisdom in many aspects. And it was very useful because a lot of people these days, they would rather get the type of knowledge that is out there, but it's not really knowledge, just it's subliminal messages and things of that nature, lies and deceits. We rather do that than do anything else. And I found myself really seeking and trying to understand wisdom. And the more and more I was seeking wisdom, I understood a couple things about wisdom. And a couple things that help concerning wisdom is, one thing about wisdom that I've learned is that wisdom saves you time and mistakes. The more and more wisdom you gain, the more less things you fall for or fall into that will destroy you, whether mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And it also saves you the time from going around these obstacles over and over again and finding no solution without wisdom. So it saves you the time and mistakes in the midst of all that. That's one. Number two is wisdom makes great leaders. There's people who rely on knowledge. There's people who rely on understanding. These things are beautiful, but without wisdom added on top of that, it's pretty much a data in a computer that's never being used. So understand that if you want to be a great leader, you have to seek wisdom. And another thing that I've learned about wisdom is it guides you into your purpose. Wisdom has a way of helping you elevate beyond the competition, beyond others who are doing the same thing you're doing. And wisdom helps you to elevate into the purpose of who you truly are. And it helps you to get past all of this, all the confusion and all the things that are not healthy, and it helps you to really focus on where you really desire to go and where you were meant to go. And it kind of brings them together. And another thing about wisdom is found, probably the most important place you could find wisdom is in God's word and in God's presence. And it's something that it took many years for me to figure out, but I've come to find out that it mentions it in Proverbs that wisdom is crying out on the streets, and this is truth. You want to find wisdom, it's found in God's presence and it's found in His word. Probably the most important two places to find it at, and very few people do try to find it there. And I'm not trying to be preachy to you or nothing like that, but I've sought many places to try to find wisdom. The streets, theology, many angles of life, just learning different things about life, knowledge, politics, science, religion, and many aspects. And I found that the greatest wisdom that I've ever been able to find is found in God's presence and in His word. And I find that if you would just give God the time and put all your personal bias agenda aside and just dig into that word and read it for what it is, and not having no personal agenda, reading it as if God was speaking to you. And there's so many good things that you can learn from this. So many great men that were in there who relied on wisdom and were able to get past many mistakes that many great kings and leaders have not been able to get through. And it's used worldwide. But find wisdom, and I guarantee you'll find where you belong.